Hey guys, what's up? Gotcha here, bringing you a new series that I'm introducing called Learning All the Basics, and this is targeting um, the new people for League that are just getting into the game and are not really sure what everything is. They're just stepping into the fray of battle. And so now I am here because all of the other stuff is outdated AF. So now I'm here to help you guys out. So let's get started. Today, lesson 1 will be the pre-game, everything involved before stepping on to Summoner's Rift. And so, the pre-game is one of the most important aspects of League. It dramatically alters how you will choose to play and how even the game will go for you. So first we're going to start off with an introduction to runes and masteries. Runes are a type of buff that you can give to your characters. Example being bonus armor. There are 30 total runes that you can add. 9 marks, 9 seals, 9 glyphs, and 3 quintessences. And standardly, you want the majority of all your marks, all your seals, all your glyphs, and your 3 quintessences to all be the same. Now, sometimes you'll switch them around just based on the situation. Now, not the most defining factor of the game, but they can greatly affect the early game. This is where they mainly take effect because you don't have other items boosting your stats. You just have your runes and masteries at the start of the game and then like a Doran's Blade. So they can, however, they can also factor into the late game a bit if you use scaling runes, which give stats based on the level you are. So there are also 3 tiers of runes, unlocking them through the levels. So you get them. The tier 1 is from 1 to 10, tier 2 is 10 to 20, then tier 3 is 20 to 30. Okay? So tier 3 is obviously so much better than tier 2s and tier 1s. And honestly, I would recommend waiting to buy runes until you can get the tier 3s because you'll eventually get all the majority of the tier 3s you need and end up trashing tier 1s and tier 2s. So it's really just a waste of IP. I recommend buying champions and trying to focus on that for your levels 1 through 30. And as for masteries, with the introduction of the pre-season 6 and season 6, the mastery system has been changed dramatically from what it has been. Of course, you new players wouldn't know this, but it is still just as important. There are 3 new trees: ferocity, involving offense; cunning, support-ish masteries in there, and then also offensive; and then resolve being completely defensive. And this new system allows players to tailor their game around their the masteries they choose, and the masteries they choose will decide everything for them when they step onto the rift. Alright, next slide here. Boom. Runes. As you can now see a clear rune page. The red ones are the marks, and standardly you want to go with either attack damage, armor pen, magic pen, hybrid pen, or crit chance runes. Those are what the majority of rune pages will see, one of those 5. Now attack damage buffs autos and whatever the ratio is. Armor pen and magic pen. Armor pen affects penetrating armor, which blocks physical damage. Magic pen involves penetrating magic resist, which blocks magic damage. Hybrid pen gives you both a bit of armor pen and magic pen, and then crit chance gives your auto attacks the ability to have a chance to deal double damage. Your yellow runes are called your seals, and you're pretty much always going to want to go armor, health, or scaling health. The armor for early game monsters, minions, and even champion auto attacks is game changing. It's incredibly helpful. Health or scaling armor, maybe you're squishy early, or you just want that extra health if you're going a more offensive item that doesn't give health early. And then your blue is your glyphs. Now your glyphs gives you CDR. Standardly, you want to go with CDR glyphs. Scaling CDR. CDR reduces the cooldown of your abilities, but not your summoner spells, which we'll get into later. Ability power, attack speed, magic resist, and scaling MR. These are what you're going to want to do with glyphs. So, marks, seals, and glyphs are generally going to cost around the same amount of IP. Sadly, this is quite expensive. The cost, I think, have been changed, but they're around 400, or probably like 200 to 800 each. Hybrid pen actually being like 1,000 each. It's a lot, honestly. And then quintessences are your real expensive ones. They provide greater bonuses. And your standard quintessences are move speed, attack damage, ability power, and armor. So when you combine all of these runes, you get your rune page, and these will give you a ton of stats. So a standard one would be like 15 physical damage from 9 marks of AD and 3 quints. I think it's like 12 MR from glyphs, and then 9 armor from seals, and that will be a great page that gives you a lot of defense and offense, and you will be in a really good position for the start of the game. Runes, you can have up to 20 rune pages, but the rune pages do cost IP or RP, which is a real pain. But if you get there, it's definitely worth. You can really tailor your game style to depending on the matchup of champions which you are up against. The next page is about Masteries. So I said before, the Mastery system has been recreated, new and improved. There's also more room in here to fit to your personal playstyle, and this playstyle will have a great impact on the game. And you guys have to remember that more than one page can work on a specific champion, and I would honestly recommend looking around for guides on the internet for different mastery and rune page builds that people are going. This will definitely help you out if you're sort of confused on what a certain champion will want to go. So let's dive right into these. I'll give you guys a basic rundown. Ferocity gives you offensive stuff, cunning, more supportive, and resolve defense. Fury, attack speed, whatever this is, like sorcery, AP, percentage, ability power, and spell damage. Double-edged sword, you deal more damage and receive more damage. Feast, restore 20 health on minion kill, 20-second cooldown. Vampirism, bonus lifesteal, and spell vamp. Natural talent, you gain AD and AP, attack damage and ability power per level. You gain 1 each level. Bounty Hunter, that's what it is. Bounty Hunter, 1% increased damage for each unique champion killed. This stacks up for a bonus of 5% damage if you kill each champion on the enemy team once. And then Oppressor, 2.5% damage increase for stuns and slows. And what I forgot to mention was, with these, each tier, you can't go willy-nilly with each tier. A tier is this part, a set of 5, and a little ability here. This is a tier, okay? So this is the first tier, all of this stuff. Okay. This is the second tier stuff. And there's third tier here. So how these tiers work is you can only put a total of 5 points between, say, Fury and Sorcery. You can put 5 and 0, 4, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 4, 0, 5. That's all you can do. And then you put 1 point in either double-edged sword or feast. That's all you get. And same with these. Same with all going down. Okay? Now we're on to Battering Blows, I think it's called, and you get Armor Pen. Whatever this is, like Staggering Magic or something. Gives you Magic Pen. Now we are on to what is called Keystone Masteries. These are huge game-changing little passive abilities that you get. Warlord's Bloodlust is for whenever you crit, you heal for 15% of the damage dealt, and you gain 20% attack speed for 4 seconds. Now, right now, this is on minions and champions, but in the future, this is being changed to only champions, so definitely a nerf heading that way. This one right here is called For Battle, and I'm out of water. For Battle gives you bonus AD for the longer you've been in combat. Deathfire Grasp is a dot based off of your AD and AP. Out of combat movement speed, slight magic damage to minions and monsters. Runic Affinity increases your buff duration. Secret Stash makes your pots biscuits.
Are you just trying to make me mad?
And now returning with a fresh throat, we will go back. So where were we? Secret Stash, giving your pots, making it to where your pots instantly restore health at 20 health and 10 mana on use, and then the regular stuff. And I think they also last longer with this buff, with this mastery. Merciless, increased damage to enemies below 40% health on max range. Whatever this is called, gives you bonus mana regeneration. Bandit causes you to get gold for hitting enemy champions, but it's not that good, only really used on supports. Dangerous Game, health and mana 5%, that is, for each on an enemy champion kill, whatever this is called. Each level you gain 0.06 armor and magic pen, so really good on supports as well. Intelligence increases the cooldown cap to 45%, and it also gives you a 5% cooldown reduction. Storm Raider Surge, whenever you deal 35% of a enemy champion's health, you gain it's like 35% move speed or something. You gain a lot of move speed when you deal a lot of damage. It's a 10-second cooldown. Thunderlord's Decree, your third attack or spell within like a certain amount of time. I forget the amount of time, but in a certain amount of time, deals. So it's literally like they get struck by an amount of your AD and AP. Windspeaker's Blessing increases your heals and shields, and also whenever you heal or shield an ally, per 15% of your resistances gets put on them as well. In Resolve, it's called Recovery, gives you bonus health regen. Unyielding gives you... Why do they have the same symbol? What the frick? Alright, sorry. Unyielding gives you bonus MR and armor, or percentage, like you get bonus MR and armor for the stuff you get in game. So you get like 100 item, you get 100 armor, you get like 8 more armor from this. It's pretty good. This is called like Wanderer. No, that's called Wanderer. This is called like Explorer. Explorer. 12 move speed in Brush and River. Whatever this is called. Reduces minion autos and champion autos by 2. It's more valuable than you think. Runic, not Runic Affinity, it's like Runic Armor. Increases healing and shielding on you, like from you, and this includes health regen and lifesteal. Veteran Scars gives you percentage health, gives you more health. Insight reduces summoner spell cooldowns by 15%. Perseverance gives you health regen, and then whenever you're below 25% health, you gain 200. It increases to 200% health regen. No idea what this is called, but you gain a percentage of tenacity. Tenacity reduces the duration of slows, taunts, stuns, fears, a whole bunch of stuff. And it reduces the duration of that, and this mastery also reduces the duration of slows. Like Legendary Guardian, I think this is called, gives you armor and MR for each enemy champion in a certain area around you. So I think it gives you 4 for each champion, so it's a max of like 20 extra armor and MR. Grasp of the Unyielding heals you every 4 seconds, I think you've been in combat. And the auto has to be on an enemy champion. Whatever this is called. No idea. Some of these I haven't learned yet because I don't really use them. Gives you health for killing large monsters or siege minions, stacking up to 300. That's alright. It's like a free almost giant spell. It's alright. It's maybe like 800 gold in value, or like 950, 900 around there in gold value. And then Bond of Stone is right now it is 4% damage reduction and 8% damage reduction if you're near an ally. So it's actually really cool. When you're near an ally, I believe, I'm not sure if they gain the damage reduction. I don't think so. But whenever they take damage, 15% of the damage is done to you as well. So it's really good on tanky supports. But sadly, it's getting nerfed to where the base damage reduction is just 2, but the 8% damage reduction with an ally is still there. So the max points you can have in one tree is 18. People have been doing like 18-12-0 or 18-6-6. That's how the masteries have been panning out so far. And I would definitely recommend, again, looking at other people's mastery pages, trying it out for your own, seeing if you like that. I do a lot of testing with this. Now we're on to champion select. Just do that. With the new champion select, I wanted to go into this because it is new and it might be a little confusing. So here first, this is the lobby. In the lobby, you choose what lane you want to go, and you have to choose two lanes. You either choose top, jungle, mid, bot, or support, and then you can choose fill. Fill is just you go whatever lane you want, or not whatever lane you want. You go for what no one wants, pretty much. So then here in the lobby, you choose what role you want to go. And then you can also here invite your friends, and then you queue up for your game. And here in this new champ select is where things can get a bit confusing. There are 3 phases in the draft champ select now, okay? There's a choosing stage where you pick a champion that you're not necessarily going to play, but you use it to show your team where you are planning on going, okay? So then, after this choosing stage, you just get like 30 seconds to choose what champion you plan on playing. And you already have your role, so you choose Caitlyn. So I'm Slumberjack, and I want to play Caitlyn this game. So in this choosing stage, I would hover over Caitlyn. The enemy team cannot see this, only your team can, and that does not guarantee that you are going to be playing this champion. The next phase is called ban phase, where now summoners 3, 4, and 5 on each team ban a champion. Now the bans are split up now, okay? So when you ban a champion, you prevent anyone from playing that champion for the match, okay? So Janna bans Darius, then Summoner 3 banned Twisted Fate, Riot Chastis, sorry for mispronouncing that potentially. He banned Garen. Summoner 4 banned Nidalee. Summoner 5 banned Gnar. Gang Mars Animal banned Gnar. Summoner 5 banned Mordekaiser. That's how the ban phase goes. Then once after that, the pick phase begins. And this is where people actually start picking the champions that they're going to play, okay? So the way it works, I'm assuming this is going to be blue side, okay? And this is red side. This matters greatly. So for blue side, the first pick goes to only the top person for the first round, okay? So the first person picks his champion, his or her champion. and then it's tossed over to red side, where Summoner 1 and Summoner 2 are able to pick both champions that both of them want, okay? And then once they are finished, it hops over to blue side, where Slumberjack and Janna, however you pronounce, Stochastic MX, Slumberjack and him choose their champion or her, whatever. Don't rage at me, please. And then Summoner 3 and 4 pick, and then it is tossed to Nautilus and Gangplank, Rat, Chastity, and Mars Animal. They pick, and then that team is done, and then Summoner 5 is left with the final pick. Here also you can choose here what runes page you want to use and what mastery page you want to use. A very important note, you cannot edit runes in Champ Select, but you can edit masteries. So whatever you pick in here is set for the game, but you can change this around in Champ Select, okay? And finally, also, what you can choose in Champ Select is your summoner spells, okay? Now, the summoner spells that are not available or have been completely removed from the game, I've scribbled out. So now I'm going to give you a simplified description of each summoner spell, okay? So here we have Ghost, increase move speed for 10 seconds, and you can move through units. Heal restores health and gives a slight burst of move speed for a short duration. Barrier's literally just a shield. Exhaust reduces enemy champions' move speed, attack speed, armor, MR, and damage dealt. Okay. Cleanse removes all debuffs and reduces the duration of income of the, and for the next 3 seconds you will reduce the duration of incoming CC. So say I get stunned and then I use cleanse, so I instantly remove that stun, and then if I get stunned again within the next 3 seconds, the duration of that stun is reduced by I think 65%. Teleport, you teleport to an allied structure, minion, or ward. Now I wanted to highlight that you can teleport to all of these things, or except those, all of these things that are not wards, but they are technically, or they're considered allied structures. So this includes wards, Jarvan's flag, Demacian's standard, his E ability, Thresh's dark passage, mainly called lantern, his W, Zax's bloblets, which is his passive, Rek'Sai's tunnel entrances, pets such as Annie's bear, Tibbers, Heimer's turrets, Malzahar's voidling aids, Malzahar's stupid, don't play him, Yorick's ghouls, and Zyra's plants and seeds. Destructible traps like Shaco's Jack-in-the-Box and Teemo's douchebag trap. However, does not work on Italy's Bushwhack and Keelan's Udal Snap Trap and champion copies. Okay. I will go more into depth when I do like my basic champion spotlight for you guys. I will make a ton of those. So this is gonna be a huge series. Like I will focus a ton on this. Okay. Produce these a lot, couple each week. We be eating it up, you know. And then part 2 of the summoner spells simplified. Flash, small teleport where your cursor flash. So you can flash over walls. It's not a large duration, or it's not a large distance that you can flash, but it is instant, and it's sort of like a teleport. You like, psh, it's a flash. You flash from one location to the other, as seen in the art. You went from there to there, and that's flash. Ignite is a true damage over time, and this reduces your healing, okay? It puts on grievous wounds. Remember, true damage, I will explain this now. True damage is not affected by armor or MR. It's a flat amount. It cannot be reduced at all, I believe. It's true. You can't get rid of it. So, Ignite at level 1, I think it does 70 damage. You cannot get rid of that doing 70 damage at all, okay? And this is used a lot for early game aggression. People who want to get early kills, okay? And then we have finally Smite, which deals true damage based on your level, ranging from 390 to 1000 true damage to minions and monsters. Smite, however, is altered by Skirmisher's Saber and Stalker's Blade, which we will go more into depth at a later date. These the following items in this mastery reduce the cooldown of summoner spells. I'm not sure if there's other ones. I just plop this right in. Distortion boots. These are the same boots, but distortion makes it special. This little blue thing. The little blue thing makes it to where Ghost, Flash, and Teleport is on a reduced cooldown, and you gain bonus move speed when you use them. Okay? Ionian Boots of Lucidity has been changed to where it has a unique passive where it reduces summoner spells, the cooldown of them by 10%, and Insight, the mastery we went over earlier, reduces these by 15%. Okay? And that is actually all. That's it for the pregame. Now you are ready for the real game. Now pick your skin and hop into the game. The pregame is complete. This has been Gotchy, and I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time for Learning LoL. I'm out. See ya.